Welcome guys to JYM's first video. We're going to be unboxing the SPQR set. My name's Gaz, this is
Ollie,
and this is
Angelo.
Okay, and we hope you enjoy.
Okay, so what is SPQR? So SPQR is Warlord Games' new, what's the right word for it? Classic, antiquatal, narrative, ancient battle game, I guess.
Yes.
Ancient skirmish game. They've got an ancient battle game, Hail Caesar.
Yep.
So rather than like, it's out of reach, but like the big Roman like regiments and Spartan phalanxes up there, it's individual dudes fighting on a map, which I think is, was very well asked for from the community, and
Definitely.
I kind of think they've delivered. So what we're going to do today, unbox it, see what we get in the box, and then we're going to talk about the campaign that we're going to run on the channel, and a little bit about the armies that we're each taking. There's somebody that is going to take, in fact there's two people I think that are going to take armies in our campaign that aren't here today, but we'll cover those on another date.
Yes, there are.
Cool. Okay, so right, what's in the box? Gaz?
What is in the box?
Let's
Okay.
open the box.
Switch is the SPQR rulebook itself. Okay, absolutely brilliant design, A4 pages, lots of detail, and more importantly, this is the only book that you need to play the game.
Yeah, if you go towards the sort of the middle to the back, all the scenarios and army lists are in there. What I quite like about it as well is each army has one or two scenarios of its own as well, that kind of play to the army's strengths. So for instance, there's the Dacia and Sarmatia scenarios, Gaul, and then you'll have all the Gaul fluff, Gaul heroes, stats, druids, warriors, all their units, etc, and then their scenarios.
It's all there in one book.
Yeah, beautiful, lovely book, really, really good quality.
And next we have, the good old rules reference.
Remember those from the Band of Brothers box set?
Yeah.
Bolt action.
Absolutely fantastic. It saves the page flicking and it allows more time for the actual gaming. Absolutely brilliant. Warlord, do never stop doing this, please. Okay, next then we have the blister packs.
Yeah, so there's two heroes in the box that come with it as standard. Let's get rid of that. So we have a little bit of flash on these, but a Gaul hero.
What? Look at that.
And a Roman hero as well. Now these are the new Warlord resin. I think it is actually like trademark, copyright Warlord. We like owe them a $5 every time we say it, but it's their thing.
Yeah.
Warlord resin. The horse army that I've got, a couple of them are made out of this as well. And I was kind of in two minds because it felt a bit flimsy when I was putting them together. But having transported them a bit, it is more prone to bend rather than snap.
Okay.
My Spartan army, a couple of them are metal, especially the Balearic slingers, and they will just bend, so they look stupid all the time. And then you can never get them perfectly straight again.
But is it better than breaking?
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%, there we go.
And they don't chip because they're not metal, which is great.
Brilliant.
I'm not going to open this one, but there's a box of shields in there.
Are they for the Gauls? Yeah, brilliant.
There we go. So I guess that leads us on to all of our stat cards and decals, etc. So we've got two sleeves of decals for the Gauls for their shields. So lots of different designs. I think you get more decals than you do shields as well. So there's a bit of variety in there for you.
Brilliant.
Fantastic stat cards as well. So Caesar's legionaries. It gives you the point cost in the corner. Stats on the back. A brief description of the skills that they're likely to take. Optional purchase costs as well. And you've got everything that you need stat card wise for all the units that are in there. So Gaul hero, Gaul warriors, another Gaul hero which I think is the druid, tribesman, etc.
Again, which is great, it just reinforces the fact it's less page flicking and more time for gaming.
There we go. So here we have the decals we missed off. The Roman shield decals.
Caesar's legions, look at them.
So the little gold motifs that go around the boss. So yeah, you can customise your army quite well with the stuff that they've given you here.
Brilliant.
A box of
Gaul archers.
Yeah.
Getting the resin.
Again, yeah, Warlord resin. Actually, I don't know if we can tell this on the camera that you're looking at, but quite detailed.
Yeah,
I imagine
very
they're gonna be
detailed.
very easy to paint. Lots of different poses as well.
Could you just please just place one on the table, okay, and we'll just see how good the look at that.
Oh,
There we go.
Here's
So
one that's shading his face.
well, okay, so yeah, great. I mean, obviously, as much as the camera allows, you can see the level of detail in there.
Big old box of them.
Absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic. Okay, so bag of dice. Great. This is a dice-intensive game. You're going to need more of those.
Yeah, we need more dice.
So we've got some frames of Romans here. How many frames do we get? 1, 2...
I believe it's 4 Roman.
4 Roman frames.
Yeah,
okay. So let's go through a frame. So we've got the shields at the top.
Yep.
Followed by all the different head options. It looks like they're pretty generic, just different types, not different types, but different poses on the plumes.
Okay.
All the guys are, I want to say they're all the same, aren't they? They are...
There's a little bit of variety, so I think
Tiny
I think
bit of
one of the blokes might have like a slightly studded belt, so you can maybe use him for like the, I don't know, a banner bearer or
Right, okay.
whatever a legion sergeant was called.
What I like though is on every sprue you're going to get this, because all the 4 sprues are the same, is there is an option for a standard and a horn, which are 2 items that play quite a pivotal role in combat. Then you've got smaller shields as well, which I think typically would have been taken by the
Like hornblower. and
hornblower,
Yeah,
and
absolutely, yeah.
standard bearer. And then different heads as well at the bottom as well. So you've got these wolfskin heads, or like the centurion heads.
Very
some wolf
nice.
pelt for the back, and then loads of arms with swords. And then I like this shield as well because it's got the peeler just
Peeler
on the
at the
back
back,
of it.
yeah. Brilliant,
So
like
that's
it.
what 4 times 4 is what? It's the 16.
We'll say 16, yeah,
Romans.
we'll go for 16.
Plus a hero, not bad at all. Standard bases, we'll just get these out of the way now. They give you enough to do the army.
Oh, and
With
then
a few
some.
Specs, a few spare.
Brilliant.
Standard warlord bases, all circular. What I would have liked is, and I know there's no cavalry hero here, but if they'd have given you just a couple of larger bases, just so you can do something a little bit scenic with your hero, that would have been nice.
Terrain makes the game.
Exactly, yeah. And then we've got, 4 sprues of Gauls as well, which is going to be either for their warriors or tribesmen. But you do get a lot more guys on here, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10 guys per sprue, so that's 40 dudes worth.
Yeah.
Plus the absolute massive archers that you got as well, plus the hero. That's quite a beefy army. What I like about these, again, standards and horns, etc. The horn is quite
Look at the
intricate
size of that.
It's a fucking beastie thing, isn't it? But the bodies come with the weapons already attached, the vast majority of them. So you've got loads with swords, few with spears, a couple blank, so you can do your own thing with them.
Okay.
And then there's all the shields on there as well. So the sprues come with shields. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you take the one with the spears behind it. Then you got that massive box of shields as well.
Absolutely, and as well, you know,
value for money, yeah.
And you're getting a full
etc.,
A4 rulebook in there
as long
as
as
well.
you pay for upgrades, etc., and it's modelled within the unit, I'm sure that will suffice. And again, gives you that variety to spruce up your army.
Totally. So 17, 28mm models in that box. Vast majority of them are obviously Gauls because they're people-heavy army. Thoughts on the box? I mean, what's it retailing at? Is it 35 quid, 40 quid, something like that?
Something like 40, I believe.
Yeah. What do you think? Bang for buck.
Oh, I'd say a model count is
It's
good
good.
value.
So that's got to be worth something. I know we all...
So stop that now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I know we all get hard for the reference sheets because we take them home and laminate them and drop
Yes.
the edges off and stuff.
We do.
It's whatever. You can probably print one off online. The limited edition hero models are really nice.
Yeah,
the
brilliant.
archers are really nice. I think you can only get, unless by this time Warlord have released them separately, I think you can only get the archer models through this kit at the moment.
Okay.
So I guess technically limited edition there as well. But value for money, I think very good value for money.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're doing a Germanic, Gaelic, Bretonian warband, it's probably cheaper to buy this starter set.
As opposed to buy individual units for your
boxes,
army. Yeah, absolutely. I think,
Yeah,
absolutely. Value for money is not an issue here. And the beauty of this is you've got everything you need to start playing within the box itself.
Cool.
Okay, which is just such a plus. There are so many game systems out there that they do have a start standard for an army, but then you soon realise by day 3 or day 4 of playing that you need to buy bolt-ons. This in my eyes, I'm sure we'll experience this in the campaign, is built to last. It's quite robust, really, for whatever army you want to take, bar cavalry, etc. But
well, let's talk about a game that we really like, all of us, Bolt Action.
Bolt Action.
Compare the gateway drug for me was the Band of Brothers starter set.
Absolutely.
I still think it's a great starter set because you get you get an A5 rulebook, not an A4, but still it's a full rulebook. It's the whole rulebook. You get the pin markers, you get a dice bag. All right, it's not an actual Bolt Action dice, it's just a black bag or whatever.
Yeah.
You get dice in there, you get your orders dice, and you get
a bit of terrain as well.
You get a little bit of terrain, a couple of ruined farmhouses. However, you don't really get 2 500-point forces.
Not fully.
Not fully.
No.
So it's definitely an expansion set to expand on, and that starter set retails at 70 quid.
Exactly.
For 40 quid, I know it's completely different era, completely different models, we're not comparing apples for apples here, but for 40 quid or 35 or whatever this retails at, you get 2 full 500-point armies.
You really cannot moan at the amount you get for the money you pay.
Totally.
It's fantastic, and you know, you'll hear us throw the term beer and pretzels game round, and it just fits the bill. So we're all really excited to get our teeth into the campaign that's coming up. And then, should we run into our armies, why we've taken them initially,
Totally.
our first thoughts, and predictions on how they're going to do.
Yeah. So on this channel, we're going to be running now we've done the unboxing, we'll be running a semi-regular campaign of SPQR. I'm doing a Roman cavalry army. Angelo's doing
I'm doing Praetorian Guard. We'll have elements of Praetorian Guard, probably backed up by auxiliaries, maybe some mercenaries as well.
Okay, cool. Gaz, you're doing Britons, I believe?
I'm doing Britons, yes. They're not within the box set itself, but looking through the rules, again, for me it's all about the narrative, and I really just want to do the Britons, a couple of Celts, Seal people, as you say.
Totally.
Yeah.
So the idea is find out how it plays as a game on its own first, before we pass ultimate judgment on it, and then, because a big part of SPQR is the campaign system, we're then going to look at, because if you win a game you get resources, if you lose a game you get resources, just not as much, and then how that balance works, and you can buy things like mercenaries that only stick around for one battle and take a percentage of your loot, and we're really excited about that. And there's more people that are going to be playing in this campaign on the channel that aren't necessarily here today. We'll let them talk about their armies in their own time. Stay tuned, is what I'd say about that.
Absolutely, and you'll see a lot of effing and swearing and blinding, and a lot of dice throwing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that, guys.
Perfect. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, see you again.
See you again.
Junkyard Minis is run by a group of mates across the UK. We don't just make videos for the internet, we also run the Junkyard Minis store. You can find the link in the description. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching.